Hi guys, I've been getting a lot of emails asking me how I install the camera gimbal on my Bixler. I got one of these on eBay for about $100. I think it was $99. I'll see if I can find the link. I'll include it in my description. So I got it pretty cheap for about $100 like I said, and it's actually meant for a quad, it's not meant for a plane. So when you install it on a quad, it hangs upside down like this. You put a GoPro here and it'll stabilize horizontally and vertically. But installing it on a plane is a little bit tricky because you can't put it under the plane unless you have really long landing gear. So what you have to do is you have to invert it. So you install it this way. So in order to convert it from using it on a quad to using it on a plane, what you have to do is you have to move this tiny electronic circuit from the top of this plate to the bottom, like I have here. And after that, you can invert it like this and it'll stabilize. Let me just plug in a battery and I'll show how it works. Takes a few seconds to initialize. And here we go. And it's working fine. As you can see, it's inverted. You can move it this way or that way, and the camera remains in one position. If you're using a Bixler like I do, it's actually very easy to install. It fits in here perfectly. I added a couple of foam blocks here on the bottom just to raise it a little bit, because what happens is when the plane starts to climb, the gimbal tries to compensate for this movement and the nose comes into frame, and if you raise it a little bit higher it doesn't come into frame as much. You can also cut off the nose and it would solve this problem, but I have an autopilot installed in here, so I can't really cut off the nose at this stage. You can use like a strap to secure the gimbal, which is what I do. Just do that, and yeah, it's nice and secure. I'm not going to do it now, but you get the idea. Also, the nose gets a little bit too heavy when you're using this gimbal, so you'd have to rebalance the plane, maybe move the battery further down the fuselage to compensate for the weight. But it's not too bad, but you can definitely feel the plane is much heavier and you run out of batteries much quicker. So what else? As you can see, I've got the camera here on the bottom. I tried installing it here on top initially, but it never worked. I don't know why. I tried different weights. Tried adding a bit more weight here, reducing the weight, and it just didn't work. I could not solve it. So the only way it works if you install the camera here. Also, if you are using a GoPro instead of a Mobius, you might have issues. I'm not sure, because GoPro is a much bigger camera. It's much more bulky. So if you install it here, you won't have as much range of motion. It'll be touching this metal plate here if you tilt the plane too much during sharp turns. So that's about it. It's a pretty simple setup. As you can see, it's not very pretty, but I never cared about looks. As long as it works, I'm happy. So if you have any questions, send me an email and I'd be happy to answer. That's about it. Thanks for watching.